Now, of course, not only can you edit that default about page, but you can go ahead and create your own custom pages as well. And you know, I have all kinds of custom pages that I've created for the various blogs that I run. A lot of times I'll create my own custom Contact Us page, which is what you and I will do in just a moment. Or oftentimes I find myself creating pages for products, perhaps, that are being sold online, or sometimes even individual contests, or any kind of a situation where I want to add content to my blog, but I don't want to have it in that blog loop, that blog chronology, right? I don't want to interrupt that chronology, right? Have something standalone. So I'm sure you can think of lots of different situations where you'd like to create a standalone static page. All right, so here's what we'll do. Underneath the Pages heading, down inside the menu there, go ahead and click on Add New. And of course, that brings us into this Add New Page screen here. And again, we'll just scale things out here a little bit. And of course, just a gentle reminder here, we can use our visual editor or our HTML editor. I'm going to go with visual here. And of course, it's prompting me here for a page title as well. So as previously mentioned, I'm going to create a Contact Us page. You can, of course, name that Contact or Contact Us. I'm just going to go with Contact Us. And then I'll click down into the body area there. And in just a moment after I click down in that body area, of course, the permalink shows up as well. So you can see that sort of happening in there. That's going to be the link, the URL to this particular static page. So again, very similar to the links to our individual posts. Okay, now in this body area here, of course, I can do whatever I want. I could even do things like, well, I could create a set of fields, perhaps. You see this all the time, a field for someone's name, and then their email address, and then a field where they would type in their message, and then a submit button, something like that. You could create something like that from scratch if you want, or you could use an online email service if you want. That's usually what I wind up doing. But in any regard, I think what I'll do here for this exercise anyway is I'm just going to keep it nice and simple and straightforward. So what we'll do here is I'll type in a sort of an introduction sentence, and then we'll add in some contact info. So I'll type in, please feel free to contact us and ask us all about our blog and our work. And then I'll just hit enter here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll type in sort of the traditional street address, 500 Mary Lane in Jasper, Wisconsin. I have no idea if there's a Jasper, Wisconsin, by the way. There's our zip code, and I'll type in USA. Okay, great. And then perhaps below that, I'll type in an email address here, info@myblog.com if you want, or you can type in your own email address there. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, a couple of quick notes here, just while I'm typing this in here. Notice the spacing that I'm getting here, particularly in the address, the fictitious address that I included there. What I'm going to do instead here is I'm going to click after the street there, the 500 Mary Lane, and I'm just going to hit my delete key on my keyboard. And then rather than hitting a full enter, what I'll do is I'll hold down the shift key and hit enter. And what that will do is that will give me a line break rather than a full return or a full enter, if that makes sense. So you might know about this trick, but just kind of a neat thing you can do there anyway. Yeah, see if I can get this to work here for our last line there, something like that. Now it's giving me a bit of a challenge here, a bit of a hassle. There we are. That's what we're after. Okay, great. Now the other thing that I wanted to mention as well, and you see this a lot, is a lot of times what people will do in their email address is they'll do something like that. They'll put some space in there, right? Or they might do something like this. Have you seen that before? Well, the reason why they do that is they don't want email harvester programs coming along and scooping up their email address and adding it to spam lists, right? So anyway, just something else that comes to mind there. So hopefully all good here. Now I'm keeping this Contact Us page very, very simple, but again, you can really go nuts with your contact page if you want. Okay, now our publish options over on the right-hand side. Our status, draft, we can change that, of course. This is all exactly the same as we had seen with our posts, so I'm not going to go through all this stuff again, but we could, for instance, password protect an individual page if we wanted to, but again, I'm not going to bother messing around with that, but you can there. Publish immediately, or I can set a specific date there if I want to, but I'm going to go ahead and click on publish here, and now this page is now live on our blog. So let's go check it out. I'll hold down Control or Command, and I'll click on Visit Site. And down on the right-hand side there, if I scroll down a bit, underneath Pages, there's our Contact Us page added to our list of pages. I'll go ahead and click on that, and there's our static page inside our blog. So once again, you can add as many static pages as you want, and I hope you found that pretty straightforward, especially because you already know how to create posts. So as you saw earlier, creating pages is almost identical to creating posts.